Hey everyone, we are Bean Bagel. We are a married couple from the Midwest in the US. I'm from Michigan, she's from Minnesota. Together we normally talk about food on our channel and we post videos 1 to 2 times a week. If you're interested in following our channel, we're glad to have you. Today we're at a pizza place that we've never tried before called Pizza Karma. So it's a local place. They have about 3 restaurants, including a food truck in the Minnesota area. They make their pizzas in a tandoor, which is their style oven. They have traditional flavors as well as Indian flavors, meaning they make pizzas in an Indian style as well as traditional pizza that you may be familiar with. The one that we got today is called the Tikka Pizza. It's a chicken tikka pizza, so it has boneless tikka chicken, tikka sauce, mozzarella cheese, and an onion pepper medley. I'm a big fan of chicken tikka masala, so I'm looking forward to this pizza, and I'm gonna dig in now and stop talking.
So one of my favorite memories with Greg's side of the family was at an Indian restaurant, and every time I have Indian food, I always think of this. So we had a place called Bombay Bistro, which is no longer around. It's no longer in business. So RIP to Bombay Bistro. We really love that place. But I always think about it when I have Indian food because there is a memory that happened there, which is Greg's 30th birthday. And me and his brother and his brother's wife were able to pull off a pretty good surprise. So they live out of state. And they showed up at the restaurant one night for Greg's 30th birthday. He had absolutely no idea they were going to be there. And just the look on his face, I don't know if you've ever surprised a loved one before. But when they see people from out of state that they're really not expecting to see, it's pretty great when you can pull that off. And that actually set off kind of a chain of surprises where those two would like surprise each other back and forth, show up at places the other one didn't expect them to be. So it was pretty great.
It's always fun when you have family or friends that live out of state because I think the surprises are a little bit more surprising because they're less likely to know that it's going to happen. You know, like when you live with family and friends and you see them all the time and you live in the same city, you know, it's not as surprising, right? Because you're going to run into them. But when you don't see them all the time because you live so far apart, the surprises are a little bit more fun to pull off. Hope's done it for me in other ways, such as, hey, surprise, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. You know, after something like that happened at the restaurant, it was like, oh, sweet. Now they're in town. I get to hang out with my loved ones and I don't have to go to work. That's awesome. Like she'd call my boss beforehand and like get it all cleared. But I also remember funny memories where I've traveled to surprise my brother. I remember one time, like he was having an issue with the census, and there was this guy that kept going around his neighborhood, knocking on all the doors, and even if people had already done their census, he was still like knocking on their door and doing whatever he had to do. I don't know if he had a quota to fill or time to waste or whatever the heck it was. But my brother always felt like the guy was always knocking on his door over and over again. And so his wife told me about that. And it was around the time that it was his birthday. So I was like, oh, this is a good chance. So one night I decided to show up from out of state and surprise him. It's about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, maybe even later than that, which is like a good time to really like get under somebody's skin. And so I walk up to his door and I'm like, like pounding on the door and I'm like, census. And like he said he looked over at his wife like, what the frick is wrong with these people? Like, why don't they leave me alone? Government or whatever, you know? And like he like goes up to the door and swings it open like he's upset, you know, that this guy's bothering him at night. And then he's like kind of taken aback like, wait a minute. That's my brother. What the heck's he doing at the door? You know? So then he's happy that I'm there, of course. But then there was another time, just real quick, he went to the dentist and he was getting work done. So he's back there with the dentist, and his wife and I organized where I would show up while he was back there, and I would just kind of sit in the waiting room like a normal patient. So I'm just like sitting there like I'm a patient waiting for my appointment, and it's right around the door where he walks out when he's done. And so I'm just sitting there waiting, and he kind of like comes out and he gives me like this double take, like, this guy looks like my brother. And then I'm like, you know, hey man, what's up? And like, he's like, it is you. Like, what the heck? You know, so it's weird when you're living out of state and you can do those fun surprises, but they're always funny. Getting back on track, back to the pizza. On our channel, we do a review called Try It or Walk By It. And I'm going to say this. Before we filmed this, I tried their pepperoni pizza, just their standard traditional pepperoni pizza, but we didn't film it. I like to do that because it gives me kind of an inkling as to, okay, if you can do the basic pepperoni pizza, then this other one might be really good. And 9 times out of 10, when I go to places and that basic one sucks, like their specialty pizzas suck. So, but I'll say this, it's the opposite here, right? Like, I found that their pepperoni pizza was just okay to me. But then when I just had this for the first time, I was like, wow, this is really good. Because like I said before, I really like chicken tikka masala, and I do get a lot of similarities with it, with the sauce and the pepper, the spices and whatnot. And because of that reason, and because I think I would order it again, I'm gonna say try it.
I'm going to say try it too. It's a very easy decision for me to say try it because I think chicken tikka masala is good, pizza's good. I love Indian food. I love pizza. So it all harmonizes really well. I think they were able to kind of take the basics of chicken tikka masala and make it in pizza form without like overwhelming the pizza. So the crust is like a nice thickness. It's not, you know, super thin, but it's not thick. So it does kind of give you like that naan bread kind of effect. And then the spice in the sauce is really nice. There's not too much sauce, so it kind of helps that crust to retain like its integrity. It's not like soggy or anything, but you still get a lot of that flavor of like chicken tikka masala. And the chicken's tender, and then I like the little crunch from the veggies. So I would say try it. I really like it. And if you have thoughts about like fusion food, if you've had anything like this, let us know in the comments, because I think that's one of my favorite things about food in the USA is we have a lot of these fun fusion kind of things, and you kind of get the best of both worlds. So,
and I would add, if you've never been to Minnesota, Minnesota does have a lot of that. And me being from Michigan, you know, I feel like I can kind of speak to that. Not to say Michigan doesn't have it, but I feel like Minnesota has it like a notch above that. So it's something to look forward to if you ever do visit Minnesota. The food scene is pretty cool.
Definitely. So, but yeah, that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
See ya.